the best quick and actionable tip for more quality leads in 2021, helping you avoid email chaos for both you and your customers. This is part two. My online toolbox here providing weekly quick tips and reminders focusing on all aspects of marketing and sales. Last week, we began with teaching people with a unique idea on how to avoid email chaos, and this is part two of that presentation. What's the plan? What's the plan to organizing yourself for more quality leads? We want to begin with reminding people quickly that a lot of times an inquiry comes into your website or possibly your inbox somehow, and somebody says something very simple along the lines that they're interested in your services and they want you to get back to them ASAP. Don't take the bait. This is an opportunity for you to begin to enhance your image as well as learn a little bit from that prospect before you actually start communicating with them. Remember, at this given moment, since you know little, you don't want to be in such a rush to call somebody and be seen as just yet another simple service provider and not a quality professional. So what we guided people to do was remember to at a minimum, change the subject header. Change it to something that has some applicability and not just a quick reply using the subject header that came in from somebody else. And the other thing is to add a little bit of details inside the inside the email itself. So using this, last week's presentation, we just showed to add some personalization. Thanking you, Rob, for your inquiry. We wanted to make contact before we head out the door. That's just a tactic so you don't have to rush to call the person because you don't know anything anyway. So you can go back to work, try to learn a little bit, and then if you have time later in the day, you can call them. But the reality is you want to learn more before making more contact with someone. So in this case, we were just telling you or guiding you to tell us a little bit about what you're looking for and where you're located. We'll sure to get back to you within a day of hearing back from you. Thanks again. Have a nice day. ABC Construction. And then you move on. But this presentation is a quick turn it up a notch in how you reply. Make believe you had a general idea that the person was interested, say, in kitchen remodeling. In this particular case, if you look at the subject, you'll see that we would then turn it around and suggest changing the subject to saying ABC Construction, follow up to prepare for your kitchen remodeling request. So now, in the other person's inbox, they clearly see that you have a general idea of why you're communicating. But here's the kicker. As we go into the details, we did the same thing about thank you, Rob, for your inquiry. We wanted to make contact before heading out to the customer project. But as you go a couple of sentences down, you'll see that because we know the person is interested in kitchen remodeling, and in this particular case, we're a remodeler who happens to have a kitchen remodeling page. We also have other pages, including our customer testimonials page. In this particular case, since we don't have an established reputation built with this particular prospect, all we're doing in this communication is expanding our brand by saying our goal will be to have you become another satisfied client. We encourage you to look at their stories since we value our relationships as much as the work itself. And that particular hyperlink brings the person specifically to just one page to help turn it up a notch inside the communication while building a brand of your company, which at the given moment is ambiguous because you really don't even know who you're communicating with. You could play with this based on the type of communication you have, but the point is, imagine having a prospect getting 3, 4, 5 different types of replies. Most of your competitors are going to be in a super rush to reply to their emails, if at all, and when they do, it's going to be really ambiguous. So if you're trying to establish a relationship and you really want the opportunity, take a moment to add quality to the outbound communication because you're doing two things. You're expanding your branding as well as you're bringing people to your website that has the perfect organizational structure of whatever it is the topic that you want to amplify. So in my case, what I always like to remind people that, of course, my online toolbox is heavily involved in all aspects of marketing. Everything to do with surrounding your online marketing with an objective, which is to specifically help you grow your business with more quality leads. But it's covering many different aspects of taking education, having just a little bit of strategy, and also implementing what you've learned and what the plan is. It's very simple when you do it repetitively. So using my own case study right now, I always like to leave with reminding people that if you're interested in more quality leads on a continuous basis, we want to remind you about the My Online Toolbox Facebook page and YouTube channel too. I can't hyperlink it in this communication while I'm speaking to you, but you get the point that My Online Toolbox has a Facebook page, and if I was sending you an email, I would have you see it, be able to click and quickly go to the My Online Toolbox Facebook page, and the same goes to the My Online Toolbox YouTube channel. So this is a quick spin on how we usually do the end, just to make a point that if we were communicating with an email, we would be looking to solidify our reputation in marketing and sales, and we hope you're interested too. If you already subscribed to our YouTube channel or you already have liked our Facebook page, please, if you're following us, continue to like the individual posts made on those particular mediums, so the technology knows you're interested and it brings you into your it brings it into your feed when we do our weekly posts. Remember to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. We hope you have a healthy week, and we will continue next week.